My name is Alexandra Given. I am doing my service learning at the Boys and Girls Club here in Newport, Tennessee. This club in particular has been around for the last 12 years, and in the last year it has partnered up with the Dumpling Valley clubs that are based out of Jefferson City. So, I want to tell you just a little bit about the history. The Boys and Girls Club originated as just the Boys Club, and these three women are the ones who started it in 1860, Mary Goodwin, Alice Goodwin, and Elizabeth Hammersley, and they centered it around developing young men and like their character. And they would do that by focusing on their interests and improving their personal expectations and goals. And eventually in the early 90s it was changed, the name was changed to the Boys and Girls Club, because they realized that the girls that they were part of this cause as well. The Boys and Girls Club, I just want to tell you guys what the mission statement is. It's to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. And this club exists because they just want to provide a safe place where kids can learn, where they can play, where they can grow. And the staff members here in Newport, they are great with the kids. All the kids know that they have someone to look up to, and it's very important because the kids might not have a good home life, or their parents might work late, and the club provides just a place of nurture and care. They feed them. All the kids get one meal and one snack a day, and so I think that's very important, because if there's no one at home, then you wouldn't want the kids to try to cook by themselves. So I think the club is just a really important place where they can go, they can get away. If their home life isn't that good, they have a place to just go and have people care about them. That's why it's important, like for me personally, when I'm there, just to provide a positive influence to these young kids. The Boys and Girls Club of Dumpling Valley serves Jefferson County and all surrounding counties. It has four branches: the Jefferson County branch, the White Pine branch, the Strawberry Plains branch, and the Newport branch. The Newport branch is where I do my service learning, and this particular club serves all the way from kindergarten. You have to have started kindergarten, and it goes all the way up to 12th grade. I have noticed that a lot of the kids that this particular club serves, that they are kids from low-income families. This club, it's in an inner city neighborhood. It's in the center of a government housing community, and one of the main problems is the drug and alcohol abuse, as well as the distribution and manufacturing of drugs. And the kids, they are not afraid to tell you that either. This little boy came up to me a couple weeks ago, and he said, yeah, my dad, he is in jail for selling drugs. And like, I was just in shock, like my mouth probably dropped open. I also have learned that a lot of these kids, they come from broken homes. Like several of the kids that I've met there, they don't live with their parents. They live with their grandparents or an aunt and uncle, or I've even met kids that are that they live with foster families. That's why this club is so important, because we don't know what goes on outside of school or outside of this club, and we don't know what their home life is like. So that's why it's important for me while I'm there to be as as positive of an influence to these kids as I can be. Most of the information that I've got about the funding of this club is the information that I got from Miss Miranda when I interviewed her. She said that the club is DOC certified. They have donors from local businesses, and they also do auctions. She said that normally their fundraisers bring in $20,000 to $30,000 a year. And then I asked her, like, what if they had any extra funds, what would they use them for? She said probably to update the computer lab. A lot of the computers that they have, which I've witnessed for myself, they are not that good. She said they don't even they couldn't even put Microsoft Word on them, if that tells you anything. So if there was any extra funding, that's what it would go towards. I have done my service learning at a Boys and Girls Club before. I volunteered at the one in Hamlin County. I've never volunteered at this one before. So I did have preconceptions. I didn't know how the kids were going to be. This being my hometown, me and my sisters going to public schools, I'm familiar with how the kids here are. I thought going into this that they were going to be unruly, and I thought that they would misbehave. And I know, and being at the Boys and Girls Club, I know there are kids there that do have attitude problems, and they are disrespectful, but there's also consequences for their actions. The staff doesn't put up with it. And after getting to know this particular group of kids, like, I'm so glad that my judgments were wrong, because this is truly a great bunch of kids, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity, and this experience has been very humbling. I've learned so much. I can tell that my communication skills and my leadership skills have improved. So I'm just truly grateful for this experience. One thing that's unique about this club in particular is that this building was specifically made for the club, and the club has a full-size gym, and this building is, I mean, for it to have a full-size gym, you could imagine the size of the building. And I thought it was very interesting that they have a full-size gym, because most clubs have like a basketball team, and I'm sure that it's very beneficial for that full-size gym. Also, another thing I think is really cool is that they have security cameras, and they have them all over the building, and this club has a zero tolerance for tattling, and I feel like these security cameras, they just kind of decrease that he said, she said, just drama, and even if something serious is happening, they can always go back and look at the footage. This club also has magnetic doors, which I think is great, because it's just a great idea, because it ensures the safety of the club. I wouldn't necessarily change anything about the club, because it's recently been remodeled and there's nothing really to change on the inside. But if I could change something, it would be the location of the club. Like I said before, it's in an inner city community. There's so many people that walk the streets, strangers, we don't know these people. It's right on the side of the road. So people are driving, they're walking. There's not really a place for these kids to go outside and play. They don't have a jungle gym or anything like that. So if I could change something, it would to get them out of that particular area. I would put a jungle gym outside, something for them to play on and them to just enjoy the outdoors. If you guys read my journal entries that I post, I've talked about this little boy several times. He is so near and dear to my heart. He makes me smile with his smile. His smile is just so infectious. He's just the sweetest little thing. He comes up to me when I'm there. He'll run and give me a hug, and he calls me his best friend, and he'll always want me to play football with him or play games with him. He's in kindergarten, and he can't pronounce some of his words right, so he kind of has like a stutter, but not really. But so a lot of the stuff that he pronounces, you can't understand what he's saying, but he is just the sweetest. He'll always want me to play football with him, and he'll say, I want her on my team. She knows how to throw a football, and he's just the sweetest, and he has made my time here just so enjoyable. And I used to dread just going, just because there was a lot of awkward silence. The kids didn't really know who I was. I felt like I didn't know what to do, or I wasn't doing it right. And finally, when we became close, me and this little boy, he made me just want to go. And if he's not there, my day it feels so incomplete. He makes my day that much better, and he's the best. This is the end of my oral presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching.